talk about how I landed $13,000 in 1 month, all with pageant sponsorships. And I got pretty amazing things, and I'm truly, truly blessed. So if you guys are interested in how I landed all $13,000, you guys want to go ahead and stay tuned, because I did it, and now you guys can do it too. And I'm going to show you the exact packet that I did it with. This is a replica, and it wasn't with this title of Miss Puerto Rico. This is my new title. I did it with Miss Ponte Vedra Beach, and you guys can go ahead and check out all my photos on my Instagram at Natasha_Gisela, Gisela. So guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is that you would probably think about pageants. Let me first sit here and say pageants are a great way to network, because how much people spend. You have to have money to compete in pageants, and the mindset in order to compete in pageants. You have to, people want good entertainment. This is entertainment that you're entering. So in order for you to actually be in this industry, congratulations, you have guts. And the first thing that I want you guys to understand is that when I competed, I went viral for 5 million views. And I have a whole story on that. If you guys want another video on that, I can go ahead and do that. But I was very naive. I was very, very naive of the Miss USA organization. And the first thing that I want you guys to know, if you guys are entering that organization, the Miss Universe organization, you have to be good for TV. Like straight up. You have to be good for TV. So ask yourself, are you good for TV? And then position yourself that way. And sponsors want that as well. It doesn't matter even if you're on the local level. They need a pretty face, a pretty soul, a pretty ambiance to sell their products, because it's competition. And $350 is probably nothing to you, but $350 is a lot for a business owner. Like for me, I'm like, I put $6 into business to somebody, and I'm like, please give me an ROI. So when you think when you have that understanding, please understand that although it is a tax deduction, and say if a corporation donates $20,000 in sponsorships, right, and they don't pay that $20,000 at the end of the year, still have to understand that it's your name out there, it's your face, it's your brand. So you snapping at people, you being Miss Pretty Princess, is not going to fly. So you really need to understand that this is a professional business endeavor that you're about to enter with a relationship with two people, like I want to say like a marriage, because a marriage is different. But you really need to understand that this is a business relationship, and that you need to have clear expectations for yourself, what you want, what you're doing, how many appearances you're going to do for them, and boundaries, because unfortunately a lot of times sponsors like to drain you, and you have a pageant to prepare for and win. And you also have career goals. So one thing I really want you guys to understand is that a pageant is just a pageant. It's a fun experience, but if you don't have a business on the side, that's fueling the pageant, should be fueling the business, not the business be fueling the pageant. It has to be both ways. So I want you guys to have that mindset, right? And that's what I did wrong for my first pageant run. But I mean, $13,000 in sales in a month. I mean, apparently I'm a good saleswoman. So, hey. So the first thing that I really want you guys to understand is that people need something physical to see. And I got this idea from my hairdresser, actually, because at first I was like bougie with it. And I was just give them a paper, and I just didn't really know, here's a paper. No, my hairdresser was like, you need a folder. And that's what I did. And I got the stickers, and that's when I was really naive. I just didn't know. So, and then I had an intern. I had 3 interns working for me. And to tell you how big my sponsorships were, I had the Marriott Hotel sponsor me at least $5,000. Yeah. And it was a beautiful venue. I had a party. It was, so thank you so much, Marriott. I had a violinist play there. It was just beautiful. I really cannot just say thank you enough. And you guys can check out those pictures on my Instagram as well. So let's go ahead and begin. So first thing that you guys want is to print business cards. And those business cards, you guys can see how I did them for $12 on a video on my YouTube channel. And I actually have an in-depth course on how to negotiate price points, create the deals on sponsorships down below. I believe it's called Sponsorships 101 from the Confidently Wealthy School. Go ahead and check that out. So that will actually really teach you. This is just an overview of what you need. The next thing that you want is a photo of you, right? Look how bad Natasha looks sexy. So you really want a photo of you and to say to the respected dignitary. I just did that because I was busy, but now since my sponsorship levels are in the 20,000s and above, I say their name and I create an in-depth pitch deck because Natasha's a little older. This is when I was in my early 20s. I would say 24, 25, 26, something like that. And yeah. So this is like when I was really kind of depressed, but I had everything going on. I just wasn't mentally ready to put myself out there. So this is basically saying to like, let me introduce myself. I help what I help people with. My goal is to help people remove toxic, you know, with the COVID crisis, the pandemic and everything like that. I just, what I've done in the Balkans, and how I started my journey, Miss Global, and then a nice quote. So it's 3 pages. And then the IRS tax information. And you want to go ahead and put this down here. And then I have a trademark for my business, Confidently Healthy, because when I came out with it, everyone was trying to steal. I was like, no, honey, this came from divine source connection. And then I also have my team. When I had a team, my coaches. And then my content plan. I would take that out if you guys don't necessarily need that, but people like to see it. Then my sponsorship tier. So now you have bronze, silver, gold, and you can see here there's different types of tiers. So for example, the brown tier is like 1 social media post, and then a 25-minute business coaching session recorded via Zoom. And then a silver package is, you know, like Facebook mention, live. All these are different now because I don't like to do any of that. And the gold package is completely different. And like, you want to make sure that you always, because they have to have your, you know, you always want to have the logos in the ad book and the program book, because that's what they kind of need by law. And that their logos would be, or their business mentions on social media. Their logos are in like whatever social media post. Their Facebook pages are, you know, tagged as well. And that's really important for them. So if an IRS audit comes, then they're protected. So these are all very different now, you know. And my highest tier is 12,500. So, and then at that time I was a business coach. Yeah. So, and I was doing a lot of business coaching then, and I just didn't like it. So then I have the payment methods, my invoice style, and then my social media channels and hashtags for sponsors. So this is very important so they see the numbers. So, for example, let's talk about, you know, Road to Miss USA. At that time was 112,000 followers. And then it's 42,000 followers for the ones I'm competing. Then at that time for YouTube account analytics, my views on YouTube were 5,000 for my other account. Now it's up to 20,000. And then the average lifespan for YouTube is three years, but it's 3 to 5 now. So then I have all my links, everything that I'm doing. But now since, you know, I'm acting and YouTubing and all these wonderful things, I have a little bit more strength. So I would change a lot of this. The next thing you need is a lawyer. Guys, if you're asking for $12,000 for a sponsorship, you need to protect yourself. You need a terms and conditions. And you can actually choose the lawyer that I worked with down below. Of course, there's an affiliate link, but it's a good one. So this is terms and conditions, and it clearly explains mandatory and aberration, governing laws, user content and lawful use of the website, intellectual property, termination, no refunds, entire agreement, yada, yada, yada. and with your contact information. So you guys want to go ahead and really clearly create a packet like that, and then just you can I do have a packet that now I'm creating online, because again, things are kind of different now for me. However, this packet got me $13,000 in 1 month. And you're probably thinking, well, how did I do that? Well, I would just drive around and just tell people my story. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to impact the community, and this is how I really want to help with sales, and this is really what I want to do with my life, and this is how I'm going to use the title for. It's all about them, right? And this is how we can remember to under promise and then over deliver. And I put a lot of miles on my car, guys, a lot of miles. But this is the packet that got me there. And I will sit here and say, looking back on this, I cannot sit here and explain to you what depression will do to you, and sit here and say that although you might you might have everything lined up and still not feel qualified. And I understand that feeling. And that's what depression does. Because I had everything here, but I'm so happy I didn't do it because I don't have a business coach. Right? And you're probably thinking, well, okay, where do I find these sponsors? Well, say if you're like Miss Puerto Rico or Miss Trinidad and Tobago or yada yada yada, what you should really be doing is looking for your people who are Puerto Rican or Trinidadian, or people who are really connected to that country. Like for me, I know where I live in Florida, they're like limited amount of Puerto Ricans that would actually sit here and contribute, because I've put myself out there, and that was that experience for that. And it was just like me more giving than them contributing to me. But if I went to another city in Florida, it would be completely different. So you really need to go ahead and just start writing down who do you want to work with, and target a very small community. When I was in Ponte Vedra, when I was in Miss Ponte Vedra Beach, my intern, what she did was just create a list, and we just went from business to business to business and business to business, and we just wrote a personalized document for each one, and all of them said yes. Well, not all of them, but out of the 25, 13 said yes. And I mean, I even got hair extensions sponsored. I mean, $600 hair extensions sponsored, like that are curly and straight and are still working today. These are sponsored extensions. So when you're thinking, you need to think about a small community, guys. So really think about yourself like that, and then start working your way out. And then you can, guys, go ahead and formulate a game plan. So guys, I really hope this video helps you and create sponsorships. If you guys want a more detailed video on this and more detailed course on how to negotiate, land them, and actually create it, go ahead and check out my online program from the Confidently Wealthy School is down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.